I'm Betty Todd, and we have mohair yarn raised from our Angora goats many years ago. Now I buy the yarn commercially, natural, and then I do the dyeing. This is just an example of one of the shawls that can be made out of the mohair. It's very light and airy. Takes one skein, makes a beautiful shawl that ladies can wear anytime, day or night, for comfort and for beauty. And it's reasonable. Most of the mohair yarns run about $40 a skein, and you can't buy a mohair shawl in the stores for that much. So the natural products are coming back. They're more popular than ever because they wear better. Length of wear is much better than the garments that you get in the stores. Besides, you have the pleasure of knitting it yourself or crocheting it and showing your wares off to your friends and family. They make great gifts. Name of the business is Mohair in Motion.
Cool.
We created that name because we raised Angora goats for 25 to 30 years. We had over 300 Angora goats. My husband and I became shearers out of the need to get them sheared when you wanted them sheared, and so we became shearers in the Midwest. We traveled between Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, Illinois. We did about 5,000 every spring and every fall, and so we got pretty proficient at it. But due to illness and our age getting on in years, we've cut back. We no longer have Angora goats, but I am buying the yarn commercially because we still love it, and we figure that the rest of the world ought to enjoy some of it too. I do the dyeing. I teach dye class in New York, and I teach dye class in Indiana and in Michigan. And we travel between spring and fall. There are very few shows in the wintertime. And most of the shows are at fairgrounds. Not all of them are there. We have one show that we go to in Charlevoix that's at the Castle on 66. Beautiful show. It's all air conditioned. That is the last weekend in July. It's either the 28th, 29th, 30th, somewhere in that. No, Pygoras are a little bit more like a pet. And when they cross them with the Angora goat, they get a better fleece. It's real fine. And the spinners really like it. The only problem is that the Pygora has some guard hairs in it. And so you have to either pick them out or send them to like Frankenmuth Woolen Mill or Frankenmuth Zeilinger's in Frankenmuth, Michigan. And they have a dehairing machine that runs them through and it picks out all those guard hairs.
Cool.
And then they make it into a roving, which spinners use, and that's what they make their yarns out of, is the rovings. Well, what we're seeing is a resurgence of natural products. People are going back to wool and mohair and silk. It's another venue, but it's because of their durability. They last longer, they dye up beautifully, and the product is just so much better than the products that you can buy in the store. I mean, you can buy an inexpensive yarn at Walmart, but when you get done, the wearability is not there.
And are there things you recommend in terms of hand washing? I mean, woolites or things of that nature? Or are there other ways to do it?
Actually, mohair is one of those products that does not like to be handled or agitated. What we recommend is either woolite or I use a dollop of Dawn dish soap in a dish pan or a dish in the sink, and just let it soak. All the soil will just lift off of it, and then all you do is just squeeze the excess out and do the same process with rinsing. Just put a You can actually use like a hair rinse if you want, or a product called Eucalan, which is a conditioner for natural wool and silk and mohair. And all it does is take some of the fly away, and it makes it soft and easy to handle.
And should people lay it out on a towel, or rather than hang dry or that type of thing? Or
what I do is, after the rinse, I just squeeze the excess moisture out, don't wring it, and then lay it on a towel and roll it up like you would a good sweater, and just get the extra moisture out, then lay it on a clean towel flat and let it dry.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Let's take a look at some of the other products that you make. We basically have some dresses or longer pieces
well, I
here.
have let me get this light little one out of the way.
Okay.
That's a coat.
Probably keep you warm from
Very.
a chill, you know?
They're extremely warm. Extremely warm. I actually have a customer, I sell mohair socks too. They're out of Canada. And I have a customer that wears cowboy boots, and his feet sweat, and he gets these red raw feet, and he'll put the mohair socks on, and it absorbs the moisture.
Wow.
and cushions the foot, because they have like the old terry cloth loops inside, and the loops actually take the pick up the moisture off the feet. So this guy really swears by them. Sometimes people will say, I'm allergic to wool or mohair and it itches, but a lot of times the itch or the irritability from it is from the chemicals that they use to clean the fiber. It's not from the animal, because the animal just has a natural lanolin to it. That's why they put the chemicals in, to get rid of the lanolin.
So if you're prone to allergies, this is actually the way to go.
Natural is the way to go. There's no harsh chemicals used.